I want you to make yourself as comfortable as possible and just listen to the sound of my voice. And as you do, you may become aware of other sounds going on around you, but know that they aren't important. They do not matter at all, so you can dismiss them out of your awareness and focus your mind entirely on what I am saying. And I will be talking to you about numbers, and each and every time I mention the word number or numbers, I want you to relax your entire body just a little more than it already is. Just relax your body a little deeper, and when I say a number after the word number, for example, number 5 or number 6, I want you to go that times more deeply relaxed and comfortable. And most of us know all of our numbers, from 1 to as far as we can count. Or imagine that we can count those numbers as far as they will go, and how those numbers can stretch into infinity. And many even know the numbers in other language and can count fluently in that language, and sometimes even more than 1, perhaps 4 or 5 different languages. So I want you to start with the number 1 and just think about the number 1 and what it can mean and what you associate with the number 1. Perhaps you consider your partner to be your number 1 if you have one. Or maybe you think of yourself being number 1. After all, one's self is often referred to as 1. And we possess only one of so many things. 1 nose, for example, 1 head, and 1 neck. And as you think of your 1 nose, perhaps you can take a deep breath in through those 2 nostrils and breathe out. And it would be nice if your head and your neck were as comfortable as they could possibly be. So, if you need to move to go deeper into relaxation, then please do so. Relax that head and your neck and breathe in 1 more time through those 2 nostrils, relaxing that nose, and breathe out. And of course, there are many things that you have 2 of. 2 hands, for example. How do those hands feel now? Are they relaxed? Are they open or closed? If there is any tension at all in those 2 hands, then please let it go. Imagine it flowing out of those fingers, the 4 fingers and 1 thumb on your right hand, and the 4 fingers and 1 thumb on your left hand. Let them relax and let go. Notice any sensations in those 2 hands, perhaps sense warmth and comfort, maybe tingling, and be aware of the temperature of the air on those hands. Notice where the air touches the skin and where those hands are resting as you relax them completely, one by one, easily, effortlessly. Then be aware of those 2 feet resting there, side by side, and notice how those 2 feet feel. Are they heavy yet? If not, then let them become heavy. What is the position of those feet? Notice it now. Where do they rest? Is anything touching those feet? Perhaps already those 2 feet feel as though they no longer belong to you, and yet they do, for they are your 2 feet, and you have 5 toes on the end of each one, 5 toes on your right and 5 toes on your left, and go 5 times more deeply relaxed. Going back to number 2, notice the relaxation in those 2 arms, the left and the right, and where they are joined by the wrists to the hands, and feel that relaxation spreading all the way up and down those 2 arms and wrists and your 2 hands. Your 2 legs can relax too, and even as you become aware of the position of those 2 legs, you already realize that they are becoming heavy too. In fact, your whole body is relaxing and becoming heavy and comfortable, relaxing easy, effortlessly, going deeper still. And even before you think of the number 3, you might find yourself wondering what you have 3 of. For you know you have 3 fingers, but there are more as well. In fact, including your thumb, you probably have more than 3 sets of these 3 digits, and the same goes for your toes. But what else can you equate to the number 3? Perhaps for you, it is a lucky number. After all, don't many people say that the 3rd time will be lucky? Or you know people who are one of 3 children, or are born in the 3rd month of March, or even on the 3rd day. Number 3 may mean something completely different to you, and if so, that is fine. Just let yourself focus on the number 3, the 3 sides of a triangle, and how they join up to make just one shape. Number 4 can be easier to associate things with. After all, there are 4 elements: fire and water, earth and air. For you are breathing in that air now as you drift 4 times deeper into comfort and relaxation, feeling 4 times more comfortably relaxed and at ease. And we haven't even reached the number 5 yet, although you are already aware of certain parts of your body, of which there are 5, and these are already relaxed. Your 5 fingers on the right, and the 5 on your left. Your 5 toes on the right, and the 5 on the left. In fact, your whole body is relaxing very nicely, and it would be nice to allow your mind to relax too. Perhaps you can discover the pleasure of letting your mind wander. Sometimes it drifts back to when we were a certain age, and 5 seems to be a nice, easy age for people to remember. An age when children often become aware of their surroundings and their place in the world. For you can be aware of your surroundings as you rest here, nice and comfortable, and even with your eyes closed, you can remember the details of the room in which you are resting, and you can recall where you were 5 hours ago, or 5 days. And be aware of your body resting here, aware of the time of day and the time of year, noticing how comfortable and rested you are as you enjoy these sensations of peace and tranquility. Be aware that there is nothing to do but relax and let go. You can allow your mind to wander wherever it will, backwards or forwards in time, even sideways to events that are happening in your present day, knowing that none of this matters very much right now. There is a time to attend to what needs to be attended, and a time to relax. We all have and psychic potential. Is your time to relax? But most of us are unaware and feel comfortable, or lose touch with our inner gifts. Now, think some people the word who are number aware of their psychic gifts and how it is spelled don't know how to fine-tune them with the same letters as the word number. Do know how to fine-tune their gifts, number, but they don't know how to apply them. And in a moment, there are no shortcuts. I'm going to count the numbers psychic development from 5 down. This hypnosis cycle 1 can help you to do all 3. And with each and every descending number, to discover your personal abilities, I want you to imagine your body, fine-tune them from your shoulders, and apply these talents all to help yourself to your toes. Your psychic ability can be greatly enhanced and insinuated by patiently working 5 with this cycle. Going 5 times more deeply. Psychic development is also about letting go of the fear of the unknown 4 and building towards your ideals. 4 times more relaxed than it training your inner psychic potential and requires expanding the frontiers of your mind and slowly opening yourself to new spiritual realms of life. 3 times your latent more psychic deeply gifts, relaxed and comfortable. Your hidden human reserves and numb can be awakened. Heavy. They may be numb. The result of work already accomplished. 2. And other times, I want you to double that relaxation. These gifts of so the spirit can be best brought out by living and thinking unselfishly. Your whole and by body loving is heavy, unconditionally, and relaxed, numb, and your heavy, achievements are a direct result of your loving thoughts directed at helping yourself and sharing with others.
As you take yourself even deeper down.
If you take a deep breath
and when you hear
and exhale it very
next,
slowly,
you will
perhaps you can
in
imagine
the
that your breath
state of mind
is like the ocean
in which you
with
are
the
ready
waves coming
and happy
and going.
to accept
Maybe
the suggestions
you can even hear or
that I
imagine the
offer.
music of the waves as they splash upon the shore. Watch the waves as you breathe in and breathe out. Imagine that you are lying down, resting on a beautiful, tranquil beach. Imagine all the weight leaving your body. Use your imagination, for it is a profound gift to use and enjoy. Just imagine yourself beginning to float up in the air very safely, little by little. Allow yourself to float comfortably a little bit above where you are laying, enjoying the lightness of your body as you are rising up and floating in the air. If you take another breath, you can release any pressure and tension that once held you down. And by releasing those stresses, pressure, and tension, you can begin to rise a little more safely and pleasantly. You might imagine yourself as a seagull, or an eagle, or a dove, swooping and soaring through the air, enjoying the freedom from any constrictions. Or perhaps you are sailing with a hang glider or a helium balloon. Just trust in your wonderful imagination, and the right image will come to you. Rise up on the wings of your mind. Feel yourself soaring, gliding, climbing upward to your higher self, floating freely in the air. You can observe the world unfolding below you. See the colors of the planet below, the blues of the lakes and seas, the greens of the forests and meadows and fields, the brown earth tones and the yellows of crops in the fields below, and the sandy beaches, and so much more. Sense the majesty of the heavens and the panorama of the living universe. Soar and glide to the rhythm of life. Ride the wind and soar higher, higher. You have freed yourself from the earthly bonds that once shackled your mind to convention, self-doubt, and confusion. Feel the quiet radiance of life surrounding you, and hear the harmony that is you in tune with creation. Be still and observe and know, and just trust in your subconscious mind. It will not let you down. Glide upward, ever upward, further towards understanding, towards light, and towards beauty and harmony. Beauty surrounds you in the sanctity of space. Here is where other worlds exist beyond the confine of your everyday mind. And just as a seed contains the promise of fulfillment, so does your mind already contain the promise of greater gifts. If you choose a path to others, you can discover and develop your inner psychic gifts. When you choose to serve others with patience, love, and compassion, you automatically become a channel of blessings. Just be aware and alert as the Spirit of Truth beckons you to new understanding, new directions, and new dimensions. When Spirit beckons, follow, carrying a prayer in your mind and in your heart. As you let go of old fixed ideas, doubts, and other negative influences, you open the way for new love, patience, and gentleness. The Spirit guides you to enjoy the rewards of your new reality. Higher knowledge is usually communicated in silence, so you may choose to go daily into the greater silence within. Be receptive to the guidance of your universal mind. Your higher mind guides you and protects you, even when you are not consciously aware of it. Grow in the silence of your spiritual self. Be still and listen. Your higher mind already knows your needs and guides you to live a clear, new way each day. Your universal mind guides you to action by offering you gifts of the Spirit. Open your arms and your mind and accept these wondrous gifts. They are intended for you to use in any way that will help others and yourself. Some people are given more than one psychic gift, and you may have already developed several of them. It is good to apply your gifts and not to put them under the bushel. One way to determine which are your special intuitive gifts is to try each of them. When you talk to someone, listen. Really listen with your inner ear as well as your outer ears. You may hear things being said at the inner level that are not spoken at the outer levels. Listen also to your inner voice and respond to it. When you see a person or an event, look, really look, and perceive it with your inner vision. See and understand the workings behind the scenes. Open yourself to all of the impressions. Look deeper than the surface. If you feel that you may have a gift of healing, use this gift. If you feel that you may have a gift of tongues, use this gift. If you have a gift of prophecy, use this gift to serve others with their cooperation. Be thankful and use your gifts daily. Look into the deep recesses of your mind and awaken your silent dreamer. In In the inner recesses of your own mind rests all the knowledge and ability. The permanent records of life are kept of every act and deed, of all history and all thought, of all medicine and technology, and of all advancements. They are kept in your own consciousness, and as you look deep within, you will see all that exists, that has existed, and will ever exist. This is already in the recess of your own mind and your soul mind. And as you are willing to accept yourself, and as you look deep within, then you see and understand and perceive this, and grow and build towards the light. Now create an image or a vivid symbol of yourself using and applying your gifts of spirit. Bring your accomplished ideals and goals together into a specific image and visualize it as already accomplished. Now, you can slowly return from your upward flight, fluttering down as a floating feather, circling gently and landing softly back on the beach, bringing back with you something that is positive and helpful. Hear the waves and recall the thoughts, feelings, symbols, and ideas from your journey. You are developing your gifts and learning to use them daily as you open wide to the new spiritual age that is before you. I'm going to count up now from 1 to 5, and when I reach 5, you will come back to this world in this 3D dimension, feeling completely relaxed, wide awake, and back to normal consciousness. 1, 2, slowly returning back to normal consciousness. 3, 4, eyes fluttering and beginning to open. And 5, wide awake, feeling relaxed and well rested, and ready to let all of these new suggestions work for you.